have been unfair. Lehrer and another American, Robert Snyder Jr., were arrested last December, alleged to have killed Canadians Daniel Langlois and Dominique Marchand in Dominica.
Some people were like crying, saying, oh, it's them, I know it's them.
The murders shook the Caribbean island and made international headlines. Langlois was well known in Quebec as a creative genius behind special effects in movies like Jurassic Park. He and his partner Marchand were admired for their philanthropy on the island. Reports have swirled that a long, bitter dispute between Langlois and Lehrer over a shared road could be at the center of this case. Lehrer now says the dispute was no big deal to him. A final court ruling has yet to be issued. The fight was over whether a road called Morne Rouge Public Road was indeed public or private, as Lehrer argued. It cut through his 18th century cocoa and coffee estate. Lehrer claims he wanted to prevent damage to his historic buildings and had provided viable bypasses. Lehrer would not say where he was at the time of the murders, but in the days that followed during the investigation, he says he was never questioned by police about the killings. The decision on bail is expected next week. American Jonathan Lehrer pleaded for a court on the lush island of Dominica to free him. His bid for bail is based on medical grounds. In written statements previously given to CTV News, Lehrer says that he was informed by his physician, who he's not able to see now, that he has an 85% chance of having prostate cancer. He also says that he was denied access to a urologist, nearly died of a ruptured bladder, and is malnourished in jail. The American businessman who moved to the remote island with his family in 2011 broke his silence from behind bars. His spokesperson says international media reports have been unfair. Lehrer and another American, Robert Snyder Jr., were arrested last December, alleged to have killed Canadians Daniel Langlois and Dominique Marchand in Dominica.
Some people were like crying, saying, oh, it's them, I know it's them.
The murders shook the Caribbean island and made international headlines. Langlois was well known in Quebec as a creative genius behind special effects in movies like Jurassic Park. He and his partner Marchand were admired for their philanthropy on the island. Reports have swirled that a long, bitter dispute between Langlois and Lehrer over a shared road could be at the center of this case. Lehrer now says the dispute was no big deal to him, and a final court ruling has yet to be issued. The fight was over whether a road called Morne Rouge Public Road was indeed public or private, as Lehrer argued. It cut through his 18th century cocoa and coffee estate. Lehrer claims he wanted to prevent damage to his historic buildings and had provided viable bypasses. Lehrer would not say where he was at the time of the murders, but in the days that followed during the investigation, he says he was never questioned by police about the killings. The decision on bail is expected next week.
Well, as I told you a few minutes ago, based on information reaching Q95, the accused was never brought down this morning. The lawyers representing him was scheduled to present some other documents before bail consideration. There's already a shorty in place based on my information. So we'll keep monitoring that case. So Jonathan wants to be free on bail for health reasons. That's the primary concern based on what I'm hearing. Let's listen to the Soufriere people outside of the courts this morning. Emo was one of the journalists present.
Courthouse in Russell. Heard that one of the alleged murderers of Tanya and Dominic applied for solidarity, shouting, few of them to hear the reason why they decided to start. Morning.
So Daniel and Dominic, and right now they want to convey to Jennifer. This is something that personally that I am very about. This is not just community, people in community will be really afraid of what will be happening if in case of Jennifer. So I call it on behalf of our parents, people in the community, the Prime Minister, for do the best of it, intervene into this situation, because the situation is not if Jennifer will be so we ask it, no bail, no bail, no bail.
Well, because of Jonathan, no bail. No bail for Jonathan. He would be one of the victims too, because I work with Jonathan. And his wife almost killed me 2 months with a vehicle. So no bail on that side. No bail. Still your boss man. I said no bail for his son. Yes, and I was right. It was. No bail. No bail for him. It's wrong. It's double murder. They should give people a suffering today as a holiday. I think it's more support should come out because he has done a lot to the community. My head like 2 foot is hurting me. I need to go to the Princess Margaret Hospital, the Chinese hospital, for them to see what is wrong with my foot right now because Jonathan is saying he's sick. And I
says Nobel Justice for my boss, Jenny. Can you shed some light on why you decided to come here today?
Pardon?
Tell us why you decided to stand here today.
We need justice for Bosman, and that's what we are asking for. Bosman.
You're alleged whatever. Let's forget the work from the others. Yeah. Good morning, my lady. How are you? Decided to join this protest this morning. Why? Why do we justice for
Yeah, so they to support us too. Because a lot of them know about Jack Finger or happening and they never see. Nothing never stop. So I say, first of all, and a matter of fact, them people need justice. They were not animal. They were not animal, they have feelings. All right, ma'am, thank you very much for your views. Yeah, okay. You have to stay on island. Stay there for its punishment. You want the court process to go through. All right, thank you very much for your views, ma'am.
What he does is Guatemala. I mean,
I am going to sit at the headquarters and I am going to call upon Scary for him to give me a room to the headquarters because my life is in risk if they let go Jonathan.
we don't want to put it away.
We are calling upon the government to send some animal sources to graze there. We don't want Jonathan there. Another thing again, I'm making the people know I will be taking over Bakot soon.
Are they inside already or have they?
Well, to tell you the whole truth about it, I do not know if he's there or not. But I can spend the whole day. It could be 9 o'clock. When I see 9, 10 o'clock, I will go home. Because my children's lunch is on the table.
But are you aware that anyone can apply for bail in the courts? Anyone can apply for bail.
Yes, anyone can apply for bail, but not this one. Oh. Not this one. Oh. Not this one. Not this one.
But two men don't ask me for bail. We are going to see what it will.
Of course, we're monitoring. Let's take a few phone calls at this time. And I will play you another portion of both Emo News and Loftus Dura, the live coverage outside of the High Court. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there?
Blessings to you, my brethren. What's up?
Blessings to you, blessings.
By Matt, I was coming up, Roseau. Matt, an accident in Maho.
I heard that,
Almost
yes.
a whole hour and a half or more, Matt. Transport not going up, transport not going down. But Matt, Dominica is something else. All the billions we make, Massac and Maho still remains the same, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Matt, the government have a lot of blame to take, if not blatant interference in the police intervention in investigating the matter that happened where the two people end up losing their lives. Matt, you listen to one of the guys say over 10 times they went to the police. You there with me, sir?
But the police have denied that. They said they only have one report in the book.
Well, that's the same old dirty manipulation I'm talking about and the interference in police affairs. Because if led to the police smart, the police can solve a lot of problems in Dominica. But in the police force, a lot of square pegs in wrong holes. When you have Blackmore, you have Skerrit, you have Melissa, you have Tony. But these are just names and nobody names. With all of them have the share of the police force. The police force is divided. And if the police had to act upon the reports the brethren is talking about, which I believe, for a couple of time, Matt, you have that problem with a private road, a public road, and the police never intervene in any meaningful way. Not even the government ministers, the be it all and end it all. You listen to Skerrit talking about, people want to talk is the same people that accuse him of giving the people who died their land. Matt, you listen to that, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
That is playing one against the other, creating confusion, sowing the seeds of doubt and confusion. So I am saying this criminal enterprise, if they had allowed the police to do their work, Matt, and arrest or investigate and restrain and restrict and put their order, what the hell is going on up there? A public road for years before you come there cannot become a private road, Matt, access to two major businesses. All of a sudden it is your road. So I am saying that, Matt, Dominicans need to give each other more credit. Matt, America, over 333, over that, million people. Matt, it's only one protest where you see the Million Man March, the Farrakhan and them, Matt. You remember the Million Man March, Matt?
I remember.
So when we have less than 70,000 people, Matt, you have a situation in a community where you have, let's say, 10 or 20 or 30 people come out. I was not there. I did not come. I had to turn back because the boy coming from school. When he come from school, I cannot not be home. And you have to give us credit. When you see workers of what they were, you see 2,000, 1,005 people come back, you still have to less than 70,000 people. In America, you're seeing protests. You're not seeing 200,000 people protesting, and they have 330, over 333 million people. So we must stop, crying out and say, people didn't turn out. While I say we can still mobilize, we can inspire people, organize people, transportation and all of that. We can do better, but we're doing a lot with the small population we have. So let us stop crying down when we don't see what we perceive to be a big turnout. Based on our population, we have a big turnout. We have a big turnout. We need to do better, but we have a big turnout. And Matt, trust me, that is a technique. You there with me, Matt, in conclusion?
Mm-hmm.
That is a technique. That one man crying about he may have prostate cancer and thing, I think if we play into not allowing some leverage or some access, if I may say, or rather say, to proper medical evaluation and test. No bill, but there needs to be something where we can call the Canadian intelligence, where they can accompany him to Trinidad or Barbados, and they have the thing where they take the script your prostate and do a test of it or do something to see his health status, rather than we just say no bill, but there need to be some conditions in addition when we say no bill, where he can...
So you're saying, Blessing, they should consider his health status. That's what you're saying, yeah?
Because it can be used against us and everything fall flat. Our wrong pass for our right, Matt. Our right pass for our wrong.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right, somebody saying a single. Maybe I should get to a doctor that might be able to tell us the way, because a single test might be able to prove what he's saying. So let's see what happens. Hello, talk to me. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Martin. How are you?
Good afternoon to you. I saw you outside of the court. Interesting.
Well,
Good.
Matt, as I see, where my people always be, I always have to pass to give them support. Even if when I reach on site, I try to differentiate certain things to them, which they know I always do.
Uh-huh.
But I still have to give them a little support.
That's true.
But what I find, Matt, strange, every time in Dominica there's a little mini protest or a little gathering, they always have policemen with guns and army fatigue. How comes I don't see that there? That was very strange to me, Matt. I don't see no police with gun and army there. So I don't know, because the people that were there were all labor rights. I just don't know what, but something was fishy to me, Matt. I don't understand. Because situation like that, Mr. always have a lot of policemen.
So you expected to see a larger police presence there, yeah?
That is what I'm saying. So that is why I'm telling you the police is one set of people they're serving. Because a situation like that, there was no police with guns and army fatigue. All other things, police have army and guns and army fatigue. But anyway, Matt, so when I came on tonight, I tell my people on them, all of them came around me, talking to me and stuff like that. I asked them what they doing there. They tell me they come and protest for Jonathan. Who representing all in the protest? Who leading the protest? Nobody cannot tell me. Who organized the protest? Nobody can tell me, but they just come to protest against Jonathan. So I say the same thing I telling all you. That have to organize. You have to organize something to give an impact. First of all, the Soufriere school should shut down. All the other tourism things in Soufriere, like Jungle Bay and Simon and all those things there, all that should shut down. And massive people should be going down to that court. There was no sign of that. So that alone tells me, that sends a message. That's why I tell you, Matt, since last week, if you're doing something, you have to have value in what you're doing. And it has to have a reason. You don't come in there and make juju with yourself. I don't want to say they're making juju. I don't want to disappoint them. But I just find, Matt, no representation. You are the power rep to come and see all you there that she care. When the incident happened with the man, Matt, up to now, scary to the power rep, yet, as we speak, to come and have a little meeting with the villagers as to what is happening and how they feel and how we can move on. Up to now, nothing. So are they not seeing something wrong? Somebody cannot see something wrong. Something I check myself, I don't know how people doesn't see things there. You come in and protest for what? And the main people that's supposed to come and protest don't come. Yes, the man creates employment in the village, which is a fact. A lot of his supporters come out. But when I find Jungle Bay, Simon and Walsh, all them people there, all that supposed to just shut down, Matt. And you didn't have that. So the few people that come, Sapufe, as I say, where one or two is gathered, the message will go. But that, Matt, that could have been better than that. It was very, very poor. Thank you, Matt.
So you expected a lot more people there, yeah?
But Matt, the people that's supposed to be there, they're not there. Jungle Bay is supposed to be there. All the tourism, the people that are running tourism in Soufriere is supposed to just shut down, Matt. That's what I'm telling you. Soufriere in particular is supposed to just shut down. Somebody with a mic on a system, we should come by the court, make an impact, do something. There was no sign of that. So the one or two little poor people that they're trying to lose their little job, they come there, no bill for Jonathan. I can understand, I can plead their cries like that. But Matt, that was no effect. It's just as like a juju. I told you so since I took no, Matt. Who led in the protest? Who organized the protest?
I remember I was defending the PAL rep at that time, right?
When I called you last week, you were defending the PAL rep. Imagine a few people meet me, they even say best I'd organize something for them. It would have been better than if I'd organize. They even say if I'd organize something for them, it would be better. That's why I told them first thing, what are they doing there? Or they come and protest. Who leading all you? Who representing all you? Nobody don't know. They're just there. So
and today she's calling me her enemy of the South.
Well, remember, when I call your program, sometimes you're cutting me off. And when I'm talking about the power rep, you always want to cut me off and defend that. But you see, what goes around comes around. It's a matter of time. But the thing is that I always say that I always respect people's views, because that's how it's all about, and that's what it has to be. But you have to do something that have a reason. You have to show me you're doing something that have value. You have to show me you're doing something that have credibility in what you do. But the people are supposed to come and stand for you there right now. Who can give you a thing of water to drink there now? You need a bottle of water. All that should be coming in play. We have to organize a team. Don't come and make juju with yourself. That is juju. I told them so by the court. I said, only making juju for yourself. Because Soufriere is supposed to shut down. That man do too many contributions. None of the other tourism people did not do in Soufriere. Thing the man do jungle, they never do. The other tourism people never do. The man rehabilitated a brand new school in Soufriere. Soufriere school is supposed to shut down. All tourism department in Soufriere is supposed to shut down and let us rally. Or they come and make a juju individual. Or they come and make a juju. Department of Tourism, Piper, all of them come and make juju. With the people juju. Audio, if I ever go put Namat, audio, you open if I juju at the vigil. Now we need all you, all is all. I mean, think of it, my people. Thank you, Matt.
All right. Thank you. 449-3095-9697. 142. Hello. People are not satisfied with the turnouts. Yes. Good afternoon to you, bro.
Yeah, Matt, I am happy with the people who turned out this morning to support the event in terms of calling on the court not to grant bail to the gentleman, Matt. But I'm listening to my good friend and my partner, Higgs. Yes? I called out on him, especially this morning, to join the people. And I want to thank him for making his presence felt. But, Matt, I'm listening and I'm concerned with the way the discussion is going, Matt, because he seems to be calling on people to lead the protest, Matt. Okay? And once we have leadership and organization and so on, that is very good, Matt. But he sounds like somebody, Matt, who is capable of providing that leadership, Matt. Or probably he knows of people in the constituency who are capable of providing that leadership that we are talking about to mobilize and to move people to action. So I want to encourage my friend Higgs. You have the potential, my boy, to provide that leadership, to organize, to bring together people of like minds, people with the resources, or people who can at least mobilize the resources to get the people to action, to move them, to bring them to various protest actions and so on. Because we need to stop this business of just sitting down and looking for somebody else or some group of people to do the organization and the mobilization. While we just stand by like as spectators or commentators in that thing. We need to see how we can use our skills, our abilities, our resources to come together, to bring people together, to do that type of mobilization that Blessing articulated this morning. But again, Matt, in the absence of that, Matt, the people who made the effort to go out there, Matt, they need to be complimented, they need to be encouraged, Matt, because I know based on the coverage that this particular issue is getting from the international press, Matt, that will say volumes as far as the protest and the struggle is concerned, Matt. But again, Matt, we need people to come forward and to put themselves forward in an active way to provide the leadership, to provide the help, to provide the resources that we need to mobilize our people to action. Because this is just one issue, one of many important issues. And we know that the government is at the heart of that. As time unfolds, Matt, you will see the government at the heart of that issue that we are discussing right now, Matt. And that is why your parent is so upset with you that you have identified her as a friend of the alleged criminal, which is true, Matt. She and Skerrit are friends, and I hope, Matt, you notice too, Matt, finally, I hope you notice that you're putting problems in Mr. Skerrit's house because of the way that Dennis came out to defend the PM, Matt. I hope, Matt, that you know that you're putting problems in the man's house, because I suspect Melissa would have been concerned when she heard you reading that letter, with the way Dennis was concerned about PM. You calling PM friend of the criminal and so on, and what Dennis is trying to tell you that Skerrit is not this guy's friend. And Melissa probably is taking note of the way in which Dennis is defending PM Matt, and we say in Kokoy, all fire stick does catch fast, man.
146. Brian, stay in your lane. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Matt, let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
That Jonathan man, he don't need bail. Because every afternoon, they're bringing him up to have his lunch in his hotel. So he's on bail already.
You have to be very careful with what you say. You don't have the facts. Don't say it, huh? Be careful about that. Present me some facts, okay? 147, hello, talk to me, yeah?
Matt, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. You're back.
Matt, you have to bear it with me now. This is Scott said two friends and Galleon. This is the St. Max community, and that's my community, Matt. Matt, whilst I feel Higgs Adams' pain, Matt, I want to take this opportunity to thank the people who came out, Matt, because Matt, I'm in total and I'm bleeding and I cannot be out. But as Higgs said, if it was organized and Brian said something concerning that, if Higgs had took the lead or find out who taking the lead and take the lead, maybe I could have sent $150 US, they could buy water and something. But Matt, I cannot do it because I did not know anything about that. I just know people going out. But Matt, I want you to be at with me. Let me tell the people of Soufriere, I don't care which party they support. Thank you for coming out. Because Matt, it was my intention to ask you whether police push them aside. Because this would be the last thing for the police to do to Soufriere, Scotland, and Gallion people, Matt. Because they do that. They're going to get themselves in problem. The government going to get itself in problem with this community for their votes. And so, Matt, I want to encourage the people. Next time, please, people, organize it and go out in a massive crowd and tell the government that you all do not agree for this alleged criminal to be out in Soufriere, because Soufriere, Scotland, and Gallion lives, the people's lives will be at risk, Matt. I know that. Because he's a money man. See what happened in Anguilla. He will run away. This is what I'm thinking of. And I am supporting the people that came out. I want to, if there's a way I can give my glass of water, I'll try my best to do so, because I am happy that they did that. Thank you again, Matt.
Thank you. Good day, Matt. Glad to you're back. The protest at the court this morning should warrant Dominicans turning out from across the country and not just the people from Soufriere. We need to join forces on those issues since it affects the entire country. The police does not want the international media to spotlight those. That's the reason they are not there in their army fatigues and long guns. Nonsense. Who are the main people? The opposition does not use the opportunities presented to them when the international media is on the ground. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
My brother Matt, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
And let me say good afternoon to all of Dominica at home and abroad. Matt, I always learn about, with my years of experience in protest, small as it is, Matt, it is worthwhile. It is worthy, Matt. And sometimes we look for our whole army. But, Matt, right about now, we are in a technological world. And look, I heard you made mention of my brother Lofty was on the scene. Mm-hmm. And I would assume that his camera would have been on. So, Martin, as much as you put your camera on and you go live, Matt, millions or thousands will view. So, I mean, to make a cry about the numbers. If 5 people were there, if 10 were there, because, Matt, most of the protests that end up being successful, they started sometime with 1, 2, small crowd, 5, small crowd. So at the end of the day, Matt, what is important is you send a message. In protest is you send a message. So all the time, because you don't go there to revolute, you don't go there for a war, you don't go there for a revolution, you go there to send a message to the powers that be and to the international community that, look, we are concerned. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three, Matt. It is important. So I just want to commend the people that came out, Matt, in that protest. Kudos to you. And you have done a remarkable thing. You have done something very important. And don't be dismayed. Don't be discouraged. Don't let no one deter you that what you've done, it was not of tremendous effect. And watch it. It's going to be of great importance, great effect. So kudos to you, and God bless all you, and stay strong, be strong. You have sent a message out there. Thank you, Matt.
All right, thank you. Let's listen to a few other voices outside the court this morning.
Headquarters, and I am going to call upon Sterling for him to give me a room to the headquarters because my life is in risk if they let go Jonathan. Don't want to put me through this. I don't want to get closer. No. What was left? We are calling upon the government to send some animal sources to press them. We don't want Jonathan there.
All right, 303. You may need a one or two or three, four doctors to verify. You have to look at different notes. When with money, anything is possible. Anything is possible. 301 is the afternoon time. You have to go to Flow.